practical. Hello, yes, welcome. It is me, Lem. Speaking as though I've just landed from some alien planet. Okay, so regular viewers, like all four of you, are probably wondering, how come you're in Francesca's place? Because you'll remember it from the Halloween video we did. She's away for now. I have been taking over plant watering duty, and in return, she's given me permission to film in her beautiful flat. My current flat is even more chaotic than usual. Why might that be, you ask? Future me, insert drumroll. Guys, I am moving. Finally, after 4 years between the same 4 walls, like in my 19 square meter flat, my cupboard flat as I like to call it, I am done. I am upsizing, I am upgrading, I am moving on with my life. First, yes, McDonald's lunch. It's allowed because this is a bank holiday. Jesus went to heaven today. So, yeah, calories don't count on bank holidays and weekends, I've decided. Don't worry, I'll clear all this up, Francesca. What was the triggering factor that finally led to me saying, yes, take me out of this terrible, terrible... Oh, I'm exaggerating, it's not terrible, it's just small. It is just small. Let's rewind, like, when I first got to Frankfurt, my life was vastly different to the way it is now. Strawberry. Basically, I didn't know how long I was going to be in this city. I moved here for work, and it was the best job I'd ever got, no doubt about that. But at the time I was still in a relationship, a long-term relationship, and the plan was to, once my then boyfriend had graduated, move back to the UK to be with him. But we broke up. You know, long distance things are very difficult to maintain, as, you know, a lot of my friends have found out because we're all quite mobile. At that point, I was still very entrenched in this mindset of like, this is only temporary, because I didn't love the city. I spoke to so many workmates about this and they said, Frankfurt doesn't click for you until you found your click. Which that was so true. I found my writing group and then I never looked back because I made so many amazing friends. From that point on, it was like, wow, I have never found so many like-minded individuals all in one place. This is amazing. So I stayed. And I thought, well, yes, it's a small flat, but it's not like I spend much time in it anyway. Just sleeping, washing, eating a bit, that's it, you know? I thought it would encourage me to go out and be active and do lots of social things, and to a certain extent that was true, it did. But sometimes I did get a bit of sort of like cabin fever and it would have been nice to have somewhere to store stuff, you know? It's really surprising how much stuff you acquire. Doesn't matter how minimalist you are, like living on your own even, particularly with the free bookcases here, the public bookcases where you can go and take anything you want. And the treasures I have found, you would not even believe, so,
Oh yes. Come to me, my children. Let me read you.
Ooh, I'm gonna have my burger. I have this app now, which a friend encouraged me to get, and it gives you wonderful bonuses, like I paid £1 for a milkshake, or €1, whatever, €2 for a double burger, I got double sweet chicken something, and yeah, it brings you such great rewards as burger socks. But at the same time, it's a mixed blessing because I am now eating significantly more McDonald's than I did before. Go figure. But the way I'm trying to look at it is the pandemic has been a little bit like the start of university, where you go through, like, you gain the freshers 15 or whatever it was. You put on weight just because you're cooking for yourself the first time. Everything's a bit crazy. And everything's still crazy now, so I'm sort of giving myself a free pass. Public holiday as well. Need I say more? So, where was I? Yeah, housing. What happened was, a really good friend of mine from work was looking on the intranet that we have at work, like, you know, office internet or whatever. It's got its own little forum and sort of pinboard where you can post adverts, buy and sell, and he'd saw an ad for this flat that was quite near me and over twice the amount of square meterage for less than €100 more, and he said, you have to look at this. And I did, and I was like, ooh, I had dithery 5 minutes where I was like, do I apply, do I not? And then I was like, I would kick myself if I passed up this opportunity now. So I did, I jumped in, I heard back from the current tenant really soon. She works at the same bank as me, so it was all easy. We met, I had a look around the flat, I loved it, I felt like I cannot let this go now. And I was dreaming about furniture and mostly decorations, actually, I have to admit. I'm not all that practical, so I was more like, my living room's gonna be art deco, than like, I need a desk. So yeah, that's great. Things moved relatively quickly after that. In Germany, particularly in Frankfurt, real estate is a big deal because we don't have a lot of space here. So housing's expensive, and you have to present a sort of form with all your details on, your current yearly salary, your job, your employer, these kinds of things, and the current landlord will assess, you know, who seems like a good fit and get in touch with you. So it was narrowed down between me and someone else, and I was like, I mustn't let myself get disheartened if I don't get it, because it's 50-50 chance at this point. But secretly I was like, if I don't get it, I'm going to die. And I got it! Chicken's a bit dry, but when you get to the sauce, it's much better. Sweet chilli. Saturday will be when I pick up the keys, and then it's all mine to do what I like with. And thankfully I still have my current flat for... Sorry, I dropped lettuce. I got it for another month, so there's time for me to set up utilities and all the boring stuff. I've ordered a really expensive mattress. I've ordered pillows, but I don't have a desk. I'm waiting on the washing machine. You know, it's getting there bit by bit. I just hope everything goes to plan now. They're going to turn on my internet at the end of the month. Really, these are things that I've never had to worry about before, even though like I am almost 30. Everywhere I've lived so far, that's been sorted for me. Obviously, when you live with your parents, it's sorted. When I went to uni, it was sorted. When I moved in with my boyfriend in uni, we sorted it out together, and I left a lot of practical decisions to him just because he was more clued up on these things than I was. I just took advantage of that. I didn't have to do a lot by myself. And it's funny, the older I get, the more I realise I don't know anything about anything. The older I get, it's like the less I know, whereas when I was 18 or something, I thought,
I'm an adult now. I know everything about everything.
I've come to realise I'm still growing and learning and changing, and hopefully for the better, you know? What really pushed me over the edge was working from home, of course. And throughout the pandemic, that's been... First it was like, it has to be a certain percentage of people in the office still, and I thought that's fine because I had my therapy appointments in town, so it made sense for me to be there a couple of times a week. It was working very well until the case numbers started to go up again in Germany, and then they started to say, we'd rather you didn't work from the office. So I still did, but you know, didn't push it, and sometimes I did my appointments over the phone from home when I was feeling lazy. And now they've categorically said, don't come in. Just don't. Even with the self-testing kits that we've been handing out, no, just don't come in. If we've provided facilities for you to work at home and you can, then you must. So I was like, oh, bum. Because really that's been kind of like my escape, just getting out of the house twice a week for therapy even breaks up the monotony a bit, you know, and I'd got into this nice routine, and now it's like I almost feel like we're exactly where we were a year ago. And you know, for me that was when everything kind of kicked off with my mental health and everything, and I was in hospital. So you know, I'm trying just to be patient. I'm trying to be a patient but it's kind of disheartening because Germany was doing really well pandemic wise, keeping its cases under control at the start, and the UK, where I'm from, was not, and I was feeling so sorry for all my mates. I was really worrying for my family, and now it's kind of like the tables have turned and everyone I know back home is like fully vaccinated, and we haven't heard a peep about vaccinations. But after a slow start, like Germany is catching up now. I think we passed the 1 million vaccines in one day mark a couple of weeks back, so that's kind of wow, crazy. And also because of my mental health condition, I actually am in a priority group, which my therapist told me. He said I can give you a sort of form that allows you to book an appointment before, you'd have a slight priority. I found that kind of morally difficult because I thought, well, am I really in that bad a state? Of course it's easy when I'm doing well to forget that a lot of the time I'm not doing well. I don't place it on the same level as, an autoimmune disorder or cancer or something, it's not like that. But then the more I thought about it, the more I thought, well, at this point, the more of us who get vaccinated, the better, surely. So I now have a permission slip and I've gone online into this portal, I've applied, and now I have to wait however long it takes for them to free up a space for me. So could be a while. To be honest, by the time I get it, we might all be called anyway, generally, everyone, because it's taking forever, but I guess you can say things are moving in the right direction, slowly but surely. And interestingly, in Germany, if you're not above 60, they prefer not to give you AstraZeneca, which I know the risks of blood clots are sort of minuscule, but still you can't help but worry when you think, ooh, I am a young woman, I'm in that kind of risk category. But apparently they don't even consider giving you that if you're my age and female in Germany, which I'm relieved about, because back home I know half my friends got AstraZeneca. I must admit I'm a bit jealous to see the UK opening up now, when I'm not really even supposed to meet more than one friend at a time outdoors for a walk. It's just hurry up, I'm so bored. But the move will give me a big project to concentrate on. What this all boils down to is a wonderful German word, Tapetenwechsel, which means a change of scenery, or literally a change of wallpaper. That is what I need all the time, a change of wallpaper. So yeah, I'm going to be changing my wallpaper. And I'm quite literally going to be changing my wall paint because I accidentally pulled some adhesive hooks off of my current flat wall to take with me, and they took a bit of the wall with them. Goodbye deposit. Woo. Okay, so therapy. I do want to talk about that. It's kind of crazy to think where I was a year ago compared to now. I'm mostly doing loads better. I still have low spells sometimes. I had a 2-week period where I just wanted to be in bed the whole time, so I was. Because pandemic, you can work from bed, but mostly it's better. However, I do want to change my therapist once I moved into the new house and I can start worrying about these kinds of things, because I just feel like we've reached a certain point now where he can't help me anymore. It's not to do with him, it's to do with the type of therapy he gives, It's very psychoanalytical and Freudian and sort of dream analysis, and I don't really hold with all of that. I'm kind of yeah, okay, so the storm in my dream could be an inner turmoil or something, but what if it was just the storm? It's like an English literature class back in school where you'd have to pick apart everything and analyse it and be like, why was the sky blue? It just was. It doesn't necessarily mean, oh, the main characters are full of innocence and naivety because they're all blue-eyed and, oh, beautiful blue. Or maybe blue is sadness. Oh, maybe it's just blue. I want something that's more kind of hands-on, in a sort of practical, when you are sad, this is what you do way, rather than, okay, but did you dream? Because when I don't dream, we really are running out of things to talk about. There's nothing in my past, that's the thing. I don't have past trauma. I had the happiest upbringing. This doesn't come from anywhere, it just comes from me, unfortunately. I should really show you the view while we're here. This is something I'm mega jealous of. Soon I'll have a balcony of my own though. Hello, Frank. You just see the train going by there. This is our famous skyline. They call it Mine. So yeah, I'm gonna have a balcony. I tend to have little lavender plants. I really want one of those sensitive plants, you know, you touch them and they curl up really tightly. I really want one of those. And herbs maybe, strawberries, whatever will grow. I want to feed birds, if it's allowed and there's nothing against it in the contract. I just want to make it more of a home, and it means accepting that Frankfurt may be more of a permanent place of residence for me, which I didn't really want to accept before because I was still kind of hung up on my failed relationship and sort of full of like confusion about what does home mean to me and where is it going to be. Like, I've got right to remain in Germany now. Post Brexit we had to apply for right to remain, and I have a snazzy little sort of identity card now, which is valid for 10 years, so I don't have to worry about getting kicked out the country. Yay! Other than that, it's just kind of play it by ear and see where life takes me, I guess. So yeah, I am going to finish my lunch. It's been lovely to chat and catch up with you guys. I'll probably save clips of the new house for another video because I expect this is getting quite long by now. So I'll see you there. Oh god, I'm terrible at this self-promotion lark, but yeah, please like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, won't you? Thank you. Mwah.